Hey guys, it's Chase. Today I will be teaching you the basic triggers in the Geometry Dash editor because that's all I know. Alright, we just opened a new level and we're going to start off with the start position. Now, the start position isn't technically a trigger. It makes you spawn in different places, so we're just going to build some gameplay real quick. And let's say you don't want to start from the very start every single time. Let's say you want to start on this platform, right here. So you just got to place down the start position and you'll start from right there. And that's kind of it. Next up is the color trigger, and they have something different than most other triggers. Most other triggers have a group ID, but the color trigger has a color ID. The color ID, it can be used on different objects. So if we want to change the color, let's place down this block. It's on color ID 1, as you can see. And if we go to our color trigger and let's put it on red, then it will turn red because we have it on color ID 1. We could do the exact same thing with a spike. See, it's on color ID 1 and it changed to color red. We can also change different color IDs, like color ID 2. So we could place down another spike, put it on color ID 2, and copy this trigger, put it on color ID 2, and make the color let's do yellow, yeah. And it should turn the spike yellow, as we can see here. Alright, next up is the move trigger, and it does exactly as it sounds. It moves objects. Now, let's make this block move left and right. It's kind of simple, even though it looks pretty complex. We gotta first set the target group ID to 2, or 1 actually, because it's not color ID. And let's say you want to move it left or right. That is the x-axis, and moving it up or down is the y-axis. You'll understand that. So let's say you want to move it 2 blocks. Then you place down a 20 in there. 2 blocks to the right, it says move X, because right and left is the X-axis. There's also many easing options, and you can move it a little bit slower and faster. Now we just gotta place this block on group ID 1, and it should go to the. Let me place on the start pause, and it moves to the right. Now, what if we want to move it to the left? Then we just simply. Yeah, if we want to move it to the left, then we just simply put in -20, and it would move to the left. But if we want to move it up, well, then we go into the remove the X, move X, and we go to move Y and put in 20. Then it will move up 20 blocks, or not 20 blocks, 2 blocks. If we want to move it down, -20. As we can, and that's how you use the move trigger. Oh wait, I forgot one thing. You can make the block follow you. All you gotta do is click the player, unlock X, move it. Let's move it for 10 seconds. Oh wait, we gotta move the we gotta move the X, Y. Have to move the Y. Yeah. All right, and then it will follow us. And this is perfect because then we can use our next trigger, which is the stop trigger. Now, the stop trigger does exactly as it sounds. It stops objects or other triggers. So we could put this. Oh, wait. Well, I think we're supposed to put the. Yeah. So now, when we pass the stop trigger, the block will stop moving because it stops. Next up is the pulse trigger, and it pulses different objects, different colors. But it's different from the color trigger because it only does it for a little bit of time, depending on how little or big you set the pulse to. So let's put it at half a second, maybe a quarter of a second, a quarter of a second for the whole, and then no, and then another half second, another half second. And let's change color channel 1 so we can get our blocks from before. And let's make them pulse a color. So we'll make them pulse. Yeah, see, they're pulsing white right now, and then they'll stop, turn back red. That's basically how the pulse trigger works. And it can also be done on the background. See how the background is pulsing? That's basically the pulse trigger. Next is the alpha trigger. And all it does is it makes things invisible. So, if we get a block, we can put it on group ID 2, because that's the group that's alpha set at, and just make it 0 opacity. It's simple as that. Now the block is completely invisible. But we can put it on different fade times. Let's say like 2 seconds. So now it will fade slower. As you can see, it was fading. What if we want to not put it at 0 opacity, but like half opacity? Then the block will not be completely invisible, but slightly invisible. Alright, next is the toggle trigger. And it toggles things on and off. So we can put it like group 3. And we could put like a wall of blocks here. And after we put the wall of blocks there, we can toggle this wall of blocks off, and it gets rid of them. But it's different from the alpha trigger, because the alpha trigger keeps the hitbox, as you just saw. But the toggle trigger, you see, gets rid of the hitbox completely. See, I just phased through that. And if you want your blocks to come back, all you gotta do is click the activate group button, and the blocks will just right on appear with their hitboxes right on back. Next is the spawn trigger, and it spawns all their triggers. Now this trigger is actually very useful, as it can spawn multiple triggers. We could spawn like a color trigger. Hold up. We can get a monster. Then we can like change it to group ID 2 or 2. Then we can get a color trigger. Put it on color ID 2, and we can color the monster and make sure you put it on spawn trigger, and put the color trigger to the ID of the spawn trigger, and it will change colors. Even if you put it all the way over here, when your cube passes the line of the spawn trigger, it will change colors. And this also works on multiple triggers. We can put a move trigger down right here, put it on like group ID 5. We could do like 2 blocks, spawn triggered, and we could put the monster ID as the same as the move ID's trigger, and it will move with the spawn trigger. Yeah, see? So it changes colors and moves. That's the cool thing about the spawn trigger. Alright, next we have the rotate trigger. Now, the rotate trigger is pretty cool, as it can just rotate objects. And there's 2 different IDs for it, as a target group ID and a center group ID. We could put the target group, if we keep both the IDs the exact same, then something different will happen if we keep them different. So I'll do like 1 360, we'll place down a block, put it on group ID 6, and since both of the center and target group IDs are the same, it'll just spin on its own. But if we make those 2 different, something else will happen. We could place down this block, this circle right here, in a block. And if we make the center ID 7 and the group ID, or the target group ID 7, and oh my god, I can't speak, and the other one 8, then it will rotate around the block. I gotta move that up, hold up. It will rotate around the block. The block will rotate around the circle. Man, I can't speak today. I'm sorry, guys. And next, finally, is the scale trigger, and it can simply scale things up. Same thing as the rotate trigger, where it has a center and target group ID. We could put them as the exact same thing. Sorry. And it will scale the object up like this. But we can make them different. We could do the exact same thing as before, and we can place down the circle, put it at the center group ID. Then we could place down the block, put it at the target group ID, and it will scale up around the block. And no matter what position you put it in, it will scale upward as you see here. So that's all the triggers I have in this video. I hope you can use these in a future level. And hope you enjoyed the video.